This is round 3 of our feature matches. This is our Nexus night. We're going to feature someone we featured earlier. We're going to feature Christian playing mid-range Draven. He was in our round 2 feature match. But we have a pleasure here. We have Steven. He is playing, I don't know what to call it. He was one game away from making day 2 of regionals with his concoction, and it is Purple Misfortune. It is a very different deck than the Aurora Misfortune that we are used to, and he has a lot of awesome surprise and text, and he always plays this deck at our locals, and we wanted to feature him because it's a super cool thing.
If I had to call it anything, I would call it like maybe Miracle Control.
Miracle Control, yep. All right. Stream luck, stream luck, stream luck, stream luck. Statistically, it is good luck.
I pulled it down well. Nice.
Yeah. I pulled two ultras or whatever these are called. I would play Sivir, honestly, but I don't want to get seals. That's like a legitimate concern for me.
Yeah.
Purple seals. I bought time warps instead of purple seals. AMA. So here we go. It is round 3. So it is going to be a 5, and Christian gets to go first. This is where mid-range Draven wants to be able to summon and get the point total. I mean, get the point cadence first.
If you're just tuning in, we are at Las Vegas Locals. We are at the People's Card Shop. We stream every Monday at 6:30. We also have a weekend regionals. I mean, weekend locals as well on Saturday if you want to stop on by. We are Conquer and Hold on YouTube. We post all of these VODs there. So if you miss a stream and you want to see the VODs, you can come see us at Conquer and Hold. We also post like news related videos and stuff like that.
And here we go, a treasure hunter, a all-star in this Draven strategy. Oftentimes, Draven likes to play this fair game, and treasure hunter lets them use a bunch of power-hungry cards and not deramp. So that's going to be a great thing for him. And off the rip, Steven using a stack deck to look at the top 3 cards here. I'm not going to lie, I barely really know how Steven's deck works. So I'm just going to point out the cards he uses, and he's going to use double stack deck. And if you're wondering, that is Purple Misfortune. If you don't know what she does, she gets to play herself to an empty battlefield, but more importantly, all cards in your hand get to do the same exact effect. So it's going to be a real sneaky way to get in damage.
I actually played it versus Steven, so I can give a little bit of insight into his deck. What his deck is trying to do is he's trying to do the classic purple combo where you have Ezreal, Called Shot, and Fizz, and Last Right and Morbid Return, so you can kind of have an infinite grind game with the Rasas. But he has a really cool way to kill the board. He uses 3 purple gears because it fits into the whole combo, and he tries to use Temptation. It's a card where it's move a card to a battlefield or move a unit somewhere. You can pull it to or from a battlefield, and has repeat. So he tries to pull all of his opponent's minions into one singular battlefield, and then he bullet times them all down to just get instant board wipes no matter where he is. And then he tries to grind them out through fight or flight, rebuke, stuff like that. And then later on towards the late game, he can just continually have that grind because he has the infinite fizzes, getting stuff from your graveyard, continually getting morbid returns.
Yeah, his deck is really slow up to start, but when it gets going, it's really, really, really powerful. And also something strange about Steven's deck is it's all purple runes. He only plays purple power cards in his deck.
Yeah, something he also plays is the bag of wonders and that little traveling bag to like bounce up cards to his hand and put it back down. This is a way that you can get repeated activations of Fizz because you can not only bounce up the other gear that ramps you, but you can bounce up Ezreal, you can bounce up Fizz, so you can continually Fizz, you can Ezreal again and again, which is really, really strong in his deck once he gets going. He does give up a lot of points early game in order to do this, but he does run one and another downwall in the side. He double downwalled me the other day in order to maintain his advantage in the late game.
Yep, and it really shown how awesome Riftbound can be to make original steps. But talking about original stuff, we definitely saw him do a thing in the format we often see, which is Ezreal plus Called Shot, being able to basically pot of greed for 1 power, one of the most powerful things you can be doing in Riftbound right now.
And right here, this is actually the secret key card to his deck, Pack of Wonders. Tap to return a friendly unit, gear, or hidden card to your hand. This allows you to repeatedly play cards like Ezreal and Fizz, but there is another bag, I forgot the name of it, but when it leaves Treasure Trove, but when it leaves the battlefield, it ramps you one and draws you a card. So when you have those two combos, you repeatedly draw, but then in the late game, you can use this to resummon your Ezreal, resummon your Fizz. But mid-range Draven's doing what he does, and he's getting off to the races as this Misfortune deck is ramping up, so we're able to just kind of commit our people to the board without too much of a fear of them dying right now.
And here showing the power of Called Shot, being able to just go up in card advantage, but more importantly, he gets to see 4 cards deeper, being able to sculpt his hand. This Ezreal really showing how powerful it is, being able not to pay repeat costs, make Called Shot even more powerful. And 3 Called Shots. Really, really good stuff from Steven, showing, honestly, the power of purple.
Yeah, 3 Called Shots. He's able to do whatever he wants now. I would really like to see the Trove in order to ramp a little bit and draw a little extra right now. Because these are the turns where we don't mind taking off, letting your opponent get the extra point in order to ramp up with the Trove. 2 mana, I feel like it's what's coming down here. Yep. Then we're bounced it to our hand. It left the battlefield, so we're going to ramp a rune and draw a card. It also has the ability, it could destroy itself, which will activate that effect as well. Put it back down, getting it ready for next turn so that we don't have to spend mana on it next turn. We can just bounce it back.
And honestly, it doesn't look like Steven has a lot going up for him, but he has 1 mana open. The signature spell of Misfortune is Bullet Time, and all it needs is 1 mana to clear an entire board. So Steven, it's really innocuous here having 1 mana up, but it means the world for his deck.
Steven is very patient with this deck, as he should be. He lets people get up to 6, even 7 points before sometimes he bunkers down and never lets them get another point. Plays very similar to the Ezreal deck. This is another take on the Ezreal deck where you let your opponent get the early points and then in the late game you stop them. We've got so much use of this Ezreal already where it's not really that big of a deal that he dies. It kind of stinks though because we would like to have played him again with the Pack of Wonders. But he's done his job and we probably have a second one in our hand anyway.
Expensive deckhand. I like that.
True.
That is
it's a deckhand you don't got to play in your deck because it's in your champ zone. So
it's true.
It's there.
I really can't wait till hopefully we get at least 1 game where we get to see Steven's deck going off on all cylinders. Because when Steven's deck pops off, it's really a fun thing to watch.
There's going to be 1 point in the game where he's just going to pull everything into 1 battlefield and blast it down with Bullet Time. It could be this turn, actually. No, just Ezreal. Just setting up.
Honestly, it still might happen because now Temptation only costs 3.
He's really not that scared of points. He's at 4 points. He'll be at 5. He'll be at 6. That is kind of scary, be at 6 points. So we can take 1 more turn off. We can, if we want to, kill most of the units. Which I do think it's fine. Temptation Bullet Time is kind of nice here. Okay,
there it is.
We are doing the Temptation Bullet Time.
If you don't know what Temptation does, it moves a unit to a place that has the same control, has another unit with the same controller. So he's able to basically pay 3 mana because of Ezreal's reduced cost to move his 2 units there, and then now he's able to Bullet Time and just blow up this entire board.
What's kind of funny is they're just stuck in there because he goes Val Mausoleer first. I actually don't mind waiting right now. We can blow it up if we want, but we could wait because
we could just wait.
They're all stuck.
Oh my god!
So whatever he plays next, if he has another
so
Temptation,
cool.
This is the turn point. Then he plays his other stuff, and then he Temptations on the next turn, blows it all up after that. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, and that's the awesome thing. Yeah, Vama to make them stuck. That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really cool deck.
Hey, appreciate you, Bogart, for your kind words. We just try to stream. We try to make good content. Thank you for you. But yeah, honestly, that's so sick. Like, it's a pseudo removal spell. Like, you kind of just give up the battlefield. Who cares? But now those guys are just guaranteed to explode. It's kind of awesome.
It's also very confusing when you play versus it because you're not sure what's happening until it's too late.
Yeah, we've played against Steven. We've seen Steven's game, multiple times. We've watched him play at regionals. He actually was one game away from making day 2 for the regionals, and he would have been in the race. He was in the race for the best of for a long time. But yeah, it's really cool just seeing such an interesting strategy.
The annoying part about the Forerunner is that if it dies, it resummons stuff anyway. A cool thing to do would be to hit the Rasta into the Forerunner and then pull the 2 tokens into the Val Mausoleum, but he does have 4 mana up, so there's a lot of things that could happen right now.
It's also at a Reaver's Row, and potentially he could just move it back. But honestly, I would just let it die, get the 2 back. Who cares? Draw a card.
Ooh, nice. It is a rebuke on a minion, but it cannot be hard bargained because it is not a spell.
But more importantly, with Pack of Wonders, you can bounce it back.
What's that guy called?
I don't know. That's why I was amazed you know what that is.
Yeah, it's a rebuke on a guy. I'm going to just try to find him.
Oh, man, and the Temptation, the cake keeps getting good. I actually love the text of Temptation. Seems legit. That's what Steven's deck is, and he's about to blow up the board. A boosh! And here it comes, a bullet time, perfectly done. He can activate what is it called? Hard bargain, but Steven has left 4 mana up. He knows this. He's experienced this. He's played this countless times again, and he knows not to take up that hard bargain. And Christian is at a loss with this bullet time.
It is a Zonite bouncer, and I know this because I am a Teemo
enthusiast,
delusionalist. It's called Zonite bouncer. It's just rebuke on a guy. But it's cool because it can't be negated, stuff like that, which is nice. And continually bounce back with the pack. So you run one of it in your deck just because it's cool.
Steven has been playing this deck a lot at locals. He's literally been updating it so much. And Rebuke on the Rasa, that's perfectly fine. You know, I'm not going to lie. The way Steven plays this deck, he doesn't care about the points. It is just a matter of inevitability. He doesn't.
Yeah, at this time right now, he deramped a lot, but he was able to kill so many cards and get so much value out of a couple. So, but right now, this is the time where he needs to put the pedal to the metal.
Oh my
and he
gosh,
needs to be
dude,
able
this
to stop.
Pack of Wonders is so nuts.
The ramping off the Pack of Wonders is crazy.
And play another. He's gonna leave it up. So he is gonna leave 2 up. It definitely means hard bargain can be a thing. Rebuke can be a thing. Obviously, it would be mad awesome to watch him play that treasure trove yet again. But he has the discipline to leave mana up to threaten cards for Christian.
Also, the reason why he plays it in Misfortune is because Misfortune gives your people ganking, and when Ezreal does the same thing, he kind of has a hard time getting points. But if you have one person sticking to a battlefield, they can gank back and forth. But also, Misfortune is a sneaky deckhand.
Yeah, quick way to score points.
Yeah, quick way, sneaky deckhand. You could also Misfortune and another person automatically, so like double sneaky.
And I'm pretty sure Steven has the Rebuke. He left that 2 mana up on purpose.
He does have 4 mana in the back, though.
Maybe
so he does have
fight or flight.
He's just thinking if he wants to actually use spells here or if he wants to just bounce him out. As long as he can't get that 8th point, it's cool.
Steven is on life support right now. Christian is going to be on game point pretty much this entire rest of this time.
Oh, I forgot to say a really broken thing is then when he fizzes, he can Temptation with the fizz.
Yeah.
And then he can also Misfortune Sig Spell with the fizz. Which is nice.
Yeah, I was really a big fan of Steven's deck the first time I saw it because he was the first person I saw going Fizz bullet time, and that is such a nasty little combo.
This is all possible because the pack of wonders ramped him like, what, 3 runes this game? 4 runes? So you're not afraid to deramp, and seals are very important in this deck. We are kind of in a rough spot here.
That's the thing, though. As cool as Steven's deck is, it gets its wheels turning. It still has to win the game. And right now, Steven it's 1-7.
Even if you bounce this Darius, it's still coming down. Zonite bouncer, this is the problem right now. We bounce the Darius. I think we bounced the one in, it has to be a battlefield though. Fight or flight, Tide Turner, switch. Got the Noxus Hopeful in there, and the Tide Turner goes to the back. That way we just don't lose the hidden. The Tide Turner is actually such a good card to have here.
Yeah, just being a monster to have that Steven was not suspecting, might just be able to have this hold point with this Noxus Hopeful.
Man, we talked about Misfortune this whole time, but it's just unfortunate sometimes you get here.
Oh, and Convoke. Convoke is a awesome spell, especially in combination with something like a Rasa that we know is in Steven's hand, coming into play ready.
He can still do it if he has a bullet time.
2 Rosas.
Ooh.
Oh, man. He has 2 Rosas out. He'll be able to double conquer here and still keep up a bullet time. The issue is if there is a hard bargain for Christian, it will be pretty much wraps for Steven here.
I think it's really hard for him to get over both Rosas, though. But do you send the Ezen for protection so you don't lose the game?
Not gonna lie, send everything into Reaver's Row. That is the Chad Alpha play right there. Getting a fat stack. Who cares if you conquer that other battlefield? Steven's down to let Christian draw all day, and let's see how it works out for Science. Ooh, hiding a card here. My favorite thing about Steven's deck is it's a control deck, but it lives life on the edge. It constantly has deramping.
That's why he's only purple and he has the seals.
If you haven't noticed, Steven only has purple runes. That's because he plays no orange power.
Here's the thing. If we can live this turn, we can Temptation Bullet Time and have mana up to stop the hard bargain. Rebuke here is very annoying, though. We're just going to take the free point while we can. Draw the extra card. See what we get. Might as well make a more informed decision. This game is going to take 2 hours, though, by the way. We are in game 1.
What is Christian going to do? He has a lot of cards available to him and even more mana. Let's see what he does here. He's going to tap out right now for 6. I believe it's going to be a Ferris Forerunner. Was Bushback activated? Okay, I was about to say. He's some of that real excited like. It's going to trigger the the Darius. Maybe a slight miscalculation on Christian's end, not realizing that his Ezreal was basically protected from battle. This is one of the coolest parts about Riftbound, is that you need to basically checkmate your opponent. If you don't score on both sides or don't score a hold, you can't win this game. And Steven's deck uses that basically to its best of its ability, because what Steven is doing is he's basically going to let Christian score as much as he wants on the second battlefield and make it to where it's near impossible to checkmate him to score both.
Are you surprised I knew about that Zonai bouncer?
Yeah.
The ganking from the Misfortune.
And that's one of the coolest things about Steven's deck is Misfortune's ganking ability is so powerful that it could potentially just carry the deck, and that's what it's doing right now. Being able to use the ganking ability to score points and hold multiple times in the same battlefield.
It gets a card from your graveyard. It is Morbid Return, but it can't be negated. It's just on a minion.
And he really is just playing a Pack of Wonders dot deck. Multiple creatures, and the ability to just keep using them over and over and over again by bouncing them back.
It's called Cemetery Attendant. We're all learning new stuff today, guys.
Steven literally has the coolest deck ever. It is.
Dude, the power on that card is kind of annoying, but 3/3, get a guy from your grave school. It's just reverse fizz.
If I had gotten my invite at regionals, I would really have tried to play Steven's deck at like one event. This deck is so cool. And a Kaisa running into the Rasa, fight or flighting. And Steven is probably not going to. Oh!
It's
and
a lair.
Steven just letting him know that fight or flight is not a valid thing with a Vile Maw's lair.
Lair is such a good battlefield, man. Man, slamming your Kaisa's head into a Rasa is unfortunate. Especially when you have the Forerunner first.
And here's the thing. Steven is slowly going to slam this door shut. Even though it looks like...
You know why that doesn't matter, bro? Because you bounce the dog. And you get the Rasa
The Rasa back?
grave.
Yeah,
It's so crazy, bro. Yes, the two minions are like worse than the spells. They're like their counterpart spells, but they are better in this deck because you get to reuse them again with the pack, which is nice.
Yeah, Pack of Wonders control is crazy. I think, you know what's awesome about this deck? I think you could really only do this with Misfortune, because I'm trying to think of the other, like, purple decks per se, and Misfortune's, like, spell just leads so well into this deck.
Yeah, ganking and her Sig spell is nice. What's also cool is you can move the dog over to Valma and then get the point and then bounce it so that it's always safe. It's like you want to kill the Rasa, but actually you really want to kill that dog.
Oh, man. The deck is working on all cylinders. All three seals are up. Basically, Steven can play the greediest game possible, and at worst, he's going to only deramp just a little bit.
Is ganking the dog or the Rasa? I might gank the Rasa just for heavy points in there, but I feel like you're trying to so hard to defend one that you might not. You might just want to gank the dog over.
This deck is a little nasty. The dog, the fizz, adding back, just
Yeah,
recite.
it's cool.
Once it gets going, man, it is actually horrifying.
Dude, you have 6 points right now. He's coming back. Oh, just leaving up all mana so that we can pay for the hard bargain, and we are also able to use a fight or flight, and we can use our Misfortune 6 spell.
Multiple uses even, maybe. Steven really playing just purple control. And this is such an interesting deck, and I love watching it just being played. Let's see how Christian is going to navigate this. He has a lot of options here.
I think he might just have to go for a full-on hold and shove it all into that battlefield. But actually, that's what Misfortune wants, because no matter how many people you put in there, you're never holding a battlefield versus Misfortune. She has the 6 spell. She has the fizz. It's all dying.
Yeah. At this point, you better be summoning like 2 12-might units. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard because they have ganking so they can get over.
Steven it's really just setting up a lock basically where he has such a thick battlefield on one side, and the only way to combat it is to go wide yourself. But the Misfortune signature spell really just has so much control
Man,
over that.
if you shove it all in, you lose. But what can you do? Because he has Zonite Bouncer in his hand anyway. So whatever you put in, the big one gets Zonite bounced, and the little one gets Rasta ganked.
And no, Anson, this is Steven Sugget, the mono purple Misfortune legend from our locals.
Okay, he's really trying for the win here. He's gonna push it all in.
This is all just to get bullet timed.
He does have to de-ramp like all of his mana for that, but it's at the end of the game, so
Yeah.
he's gonna go to 7, gank over, win.
And also just for a ruling for everyone, bullet time, it doesn't shuffle back until the resolution of the card, not on activation. So Christian can't do some tricky stuff with it. He just has to guess how much Steven is going to use, and Steven can use that knowledge to kind of juke his opponent out.
Yeah, I think the card would be terrible if you had to do it on activation. Okay,
Steven's one shiny rune.
we're going this. It's the one he's going to tap for bullet time. Zonite bounce. I think he needs one more. Zonite
Probably
bounce
the
might
fairest
be
forerunner.
Fizz bullet
Fizz
time.
bullet
yeah, Fizz
time.
There. Oh, Fizz temptation.
Temptation.
He's just doing it for the memes now.
It's not necessarily the memes. It is the correct play in the sense that
Well, he gets the 8th point right now. He doesn't have to do that at all. He could just Misfortune kill him.
Are you gonna bounce the Fizz, play the Fizz again? No, Steven is already dead. Steven, please.
He's keeping the 4 up for the temptation too. He doesn't need to. He just needs 2 for the hard bargain.
And Christian has the spinning axe, but that's not gonna be enough on. He's struggling. He's struggling on that one. On the Darius, it's gonna go to 8. Steven has well more than 8 runes.
Yeah, and the thing about the Valmont is now when you push in, he has no mana left, but like he has 1 mana. But even if you had Fight or Flight, you're not scared of it. Wow, what a game. Oh, the fist bump.
The fist bump. And Steven really showing his prowess, showing what time is it. It's bullet time, baby. He had all the answers for Christian's onslaught. It's going to go to game 2. So we saw the combo of Vilemaw's Lair plus Temptation into bullet time. But is that going to be a consistent strategy when the Vilemaw's Lair is not going to be in effect?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. The Vilemaw's Lair is crucial for this deck to play as it does. You have to play a little bit differently in your game 2 and your game 3, though.
And now there's going to be gear hate. Steven's deck looks amazing, looks really friggin' cool when it's popping off. However, it is a deck that looks awesome game 1. But if there is a lot of gear removal on Christian's side, it might stymie Steven's strategy. Yeah, honestly, the combo is nuts. And yeah, I really, really enjoy this style of Misfortune. Not saying there's anything wrong with Aurora. Aurora players should be proud of who they are.
No.
Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed, Aurora players.
Maybe
we are one. We are many.
Little shame. Little shame.
Yeah, Bogart, it really is a insane combo.
I like when decks kind of have their signature spell as a big key part of their like whole package, because a lot of decks sometimes kind of just like don't really use it. Draven's cool because he uses the spinning axe. I realize nice because he uses that, but other decks don't often utilize their signature spell all that well. I think Ezreal's signature spell is really cracked too.
Yeah. And you know what was really awesome about that whole thing? No summon of Purple Misfortune in sight.
He didn't have to.
Expensive Deckhand is one of my favorite nicknames for that card now.
It was there in case he needed it.
It was there. I just think it's really cool because Misfortune's whole thing of like being able to gank on the other battlefield is so strong in these control decks that often don't have the ability to have many accelerated units.
Yeah, it looks really worrying early game. Like you're like, oh, it's just an easy win. But his whole thing is he's never going to let you double conquer and never going to let you hold. And that's the whole thing about his deck.
We have to upload this video so Steven can watch it.
Uh, Bro, I'm uploading this for sure. This is a great video. All you watch it on YouTube, this is a great deck. This is a fun deck. Innovative. And Steven, this is the creator of this deck. He's been playing it for a long time. I've never seen one like it.
And that's the cool thing about Riftbound. You know, oftentimes we go to Rift decks, we go to Built Over Archive. We see kind of the same decks over and over and over again. But there's a lot of exploration, a lot of just innovating that can be done with Riftbound. It is a game in its infancy, and there's a lot of ways we can approach it. And I'm really interested. You know, honestly, when Alan ZQ started to play that Ezreal deck, I didn't think that deck was that good. But honestly, after watching him play many times, I realized that it really is just player diff, and he plays that deck very good. And there's just different ways. Just from seeing a deck list, you can't see how they truly play and approach that thing. So it's really awesome to be able to watch these scenarios. And if you guys want to watch our VODs, come check out our YouTube channel, Conquer and Hold. We have it uploaded in the chat right now. So go ahead and give us a sub, give us a like. Really appreciate all of our watchers. We just try to make as the best Riftbound content we can. Okay, the paper tree. If you don't know what the paper tree does, it is when someone holds, the opponent gets to channel a rune.
I
And
think
then it's
it
going to
might be both. Let's see.
Oh, it's both players, huh? Oh, each player.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome for Steven because Steven's really just not trying to fight over these points. So it's going to be early acceleration for him.
I think it's definitely way worse than Lair because Lair is just insane with his strategy. But you got to have other battlefields, so.
Yeah. With Lair, he's able to activate Temptation earlier and then not have to use it kind of as a combo card, but eventually he can set it up.
For honestly, best of one, just playing the Lair every game, crazy.
Crazy. Well, best of one you don't choose.
It's random? I've actually never played best of one, so.
Yeah, I did a lot of studying of best of one format.
Do people play that or no?
No, in China. In China, that's a big, big thing.
It's kind of interesting.
Ooh, and a scrap heap to draw a card that often looks like a not so good card, not so good start in this matchup. But with Steven's deck, with Pack of Wonders being able to rebounce this scrap heap to draw an extra card is going to be an awesome thing for him. The cool thing with Targon's Peak is Christian will be able to have mana open for something like a stack deck. Not stack deck. Well, for a stack deck too, but also for something like a hard bargain. So him playing a 2-drop here, it is not necessarily going to tap him out. So that's going to be a great use of his mana. And it's going to be a Noxus Hopeful here holding on the Targon's Peak.
I think we might need to be a little faster than that. I would have liked to see it
Putting
in
in the
back.
backfield, yeah.
He probably has a Kaisa, though.
That's reasonable.
But I still like putting in the back, even if you have Kaisa.
And here we go. Steven is at 5 mana. What has he going to do? The thing about Steven's deck, it's really slow up on the start, so he doesn't want to deramp himself a lot.
I think what we want to see here is the pack, the other one, the Trove. We want to see Ezreal, Called Shot, stack decks. Those gears.
Yeah.
Seals. These are the things we want to see early.
It
4 mana.
just might be Misfortune.
Gear Misfortune.
Expensive deckhand coming out right now, scoring this point.
It's also kind of ramp because we're going to be holding. Unless we have a Kaisa here. But we have 1 mana up. Do we 1 mana bullet time?
But even with a Kaisa, it is going to be a trade, and I think Steven is perfectly fine with that. Stopping the Kaisa draw, stopping a point, and scoring a point himself.
Yeah, getting an early point for
That
you.
sounds like a great deal if I was Steven.
Also, Misfortune fits the description of the kind of units I like. A no power cost 4 drop that has 4 might and a good effect. That's like my favorite card in the game. Doesn't matter what it does. Let's see if he had the Kaisa. We're going to move back, get another treasure token. One of them's ready, one of them's not. Double back.
A falling star,
Falling
maybe?
star, okay.
I'm not going to lie. Steven loves this. I really, truly feel like Steven kind of does not care about this misfortune.
Yeah, I agree. I think he put the gold, yeah. I think it's fine, though. Like, Christian has to remove this misfortune just so... Like, any extra point that Steven scores now is just makes it easier for him to win in the late game. So Misfortune getting 1 free point and a whole point, it's actually so strong for his deck specifically because he's not even trying to get early points. He had nothing better to do than to put the Misfortune down. If Misfortune got him 2 points there, it is way worth it for him. So I do like the Falling Star, but again, he doesn't care if Misfortune dies. If Misfortune gets 1 point, whatever. We ate a Falling Star, sure.
And this is really where Steven's deck really gets activated, is having access to two seals lets him just use his power very, very just efficiently, and being able to not deramp, he'll be eventually able to just activate a bunch of spells in one turn, and that will give him enough tempo to just re-solidify the game back here. And here is the treasure trove and the pack of wonders. Honestly, this deck is literally just pack of wonders control, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, the pack's really good.
And the beauty of this here is, let's say if Christian does have some gear removal and he does like thermo beam, what is he thermo beaming? A pack of wonders in a scrap heap right now? It already got the value out of it. As long as Steven gets a little bit of value off of his items, they're not that bad to get destroyed.
When I was playing him, I just kept sabotaging the Pack of Wonders, but he has 3 in his deck. So even if you kill the Pack of Wonders, he could just have another one. But stopping the Pack of Wonders early is nice. You can't really kill the other one because it ramps anyway. So it's just a rough one. It just depends on what's the duplicate one he has in his hand and which one you want to go and destroy. Passing with a lot of mana open. It's also hard for Draven to actually get combat wins and draw cards because there's no units to fight. Also, a really good matchup into mid-range Draven. Just like in round 2, Draven just cannot seem to draw cards off of his ability if you just don't let him. Is it time for Temptation Bullet time? Honestly, we don't even have to bullet time. We could just Temptation them up, and we're putting them off of scoring on the other one. I don't mind bullet timing. Let's just take them out. There's a lot of minions early. We're putting him off the hold point and the conquer point. We're setting him back. He has to redevelop his board unless he has like a Kaisa or a Darius, which he could have. He is mid-range Draven. It's fine. We don't have to actually expend that much because we have the 2 seals. So we're only actually doing Misfortune is 1 mana, 2 runes back, kill his whole board. We also have Pack of Wonders, so we are ramping up as we're deramping. So it only costs us 1 rune. Yeah, let's play a Pack of Wonders. Yeah. Nice. We could tap out because there's really nothing we can do to, like, Christian either has a Misfortune or a Darius or he does not, and he has to set up. Misfortune into Darius Misfortune, or Misfortune then Kaisa and then Darius is like, it would be crazy. So we have a Darius. Oh, Forerunner.
Forerunner.
Okay. This is actually what Steven wants to see, something that is slow to the draw. A very funny thing that he could do is he could pull it into a battlefield and then bounce it, but it does waste 2 cards to do that. Bounce the pack. Get an extra draw. Let's see what we're working with before we take our turn. You always want to do that, no matter what game you're playing. Play with the most knowledge. Another gear. Nice. Called shot. Who needs an Ezreal when we have 700 gears of Discord?
Oh man, and Steven just having a bunch of mana here. If Steven is able to play a volatile card, I think this is going to be a lot. But honestly, the longer the game goes on, the better it is for Steven because he just gets to reuse this Pack of Wonders over and over and over again.
It's obviously very clear he does not have an Ezreal right now because he's been playing the gears. But what's cool is later in the game, once you actually get that Ezreal, you can add the Scrappy to your hand and then toss it off the Ezreal for an extra draw. This is what Aurora decks used to do sometimes, like use Pack of Wonder Misfortune Aurora, which is cool. But they kind of favored, not doing that towards the later of the metagame. We'll ride the wind. We do have to score as many points as possible. Don't mind the ride the wind. Let's try to get in there. Go to 6.
And Steven doesn't even flinch. He might have had an answer to it, but he's like, oh, no, maybe it is a rebuke. Oh, and then it's going to be a fight or flight. It's really important for Steven to get him off of this 6 point.
Oh, wait, it is readied anyway.
Oh, and Steven flumbered it. Sometimes we all make mistakes, and it happens, bro. Ride the Wind is a card where it readies the unit, so even if you push it back, okay, and a rebuke on it. Wait, interesting. And again, Christian can take time to not do anything.
Why rebuke it, though?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
He doesn't want him getting the extra mana off the hold point? Oh, it's because he has another fight or flight, and he doesn't want it getting rebuked by his opponent. He wants to rebuke it himself and replay it in the back row. Because that's what his plan was, is he was fight or flight and pull out, because he doesn't want himself to get hit by the Zonite Bouncer. The classic play around the Zonite Bouncer,
Yeah.
Make sure whenever you play against a purple deck, play around the Zonite Bouncer. He might have a Darius in his hand, and he wants to be able to use his mana efficiently now to have it in the back row so that Steven cannot use Rebuke on his minion when he pushes in, because he will probably have the hard bargain. So he wants to push in his Forerunner with a hard bargain in the back to not get it rebuked, and then maybe ride the wind up.
Yeah, it is not a showdown. Yep. So rebuke is not a legal move.
Right. Honestly, I wouldn't. It's a weird play to make. What we're thinking is that he rebuked his Forerunner so that he could play it in the back, so that Steven couldn't rebuke it, because on his next turn, he wants, and he also play around bullet time, but he wants to have full mana up so that he can push in and have mana available to hard bargain and fight or flight in the same turn while he has the Forerunner active on the field.
And Steven's deck is going off on all cylinders. When he has all these gears in play, it just becomes just a machine. And here we go. This is what I love about Steven's deck. He's going to set a fat hold here. And then if anything comes to scare him in the other battlefield, he's going to run it over with the Misfortune ganking ability.
To play this deck, you really need Steel Nerves in order to be okay with the points getting so away from you, knowing that your control over the game turn after turn, you have to make correct decision after correct decision. It's very easy to slip up from Steven's position, and it's more on Steven to stop him from winning than Christian to win.
Yeah, because Christian is doing what he just normally tries to do, and is just going to just be the ever-present threat. It's really on Steven to try to stop Christian to do it. And Steven's deck is really well equipped to just stymie so much aggression.
Yeah, also the first time you fight that deck, you're like, well, what is even happening?
And that's the beauty of it. Steven's going to probably be able to send one of these Rosses over.
What are we tapping that for? Okay.
Now the thing is, Steven just has to make it to where he can't lose. Now it's really Steven's game. Steven has all his, buttons flowing, everything's going off. He just needs to make sure, how can I make sure that I don't get this game stolen away from me after I set up this near unbeatable card advantage machine?
I think he has to just keep 4 mana up and enough for bullet time 1,000,000. He has 4 mana up from hard bargain. This is really rough. We used a lot of mana on the bags this turn. We used 6 mana on bags.
Hey, I want to use 3 Seals and 3 Ezreal. For what deck? Misfortune.
Any purple deck.
And here is a Morbid Return to add back any creature, and it's going to be an Overzealous Fan to lock up this battle to make sure he has a extra fight or flight. And what I love about Steven's deck is he always leaves 1 mana open, and 1 mana is freaky scary in this deck.
The only problem is we know Christian has the Rebuke, so he might have to Rebuke. No, we just crash. We throw in the Forerunner, kill the... it's weird math here.
And honestly, if the Forerunner is being run up, the fan is always pushing the Forerunner. So Christian needs to kill off this fan.
You can Rebuke the fan, but that's kind of...
That's weird. That's kind of minus.
That's excessive.
Yeah. He's just a fan, bro. You don't need to do that.
think he pushing the Draven first. If he has fight or flight, it could be nice.
My
Maybe not.
only thing of why I would probably never play Steven's deck in the tournament is you're just going to go into time every single time. There's something beautiful about Kaisa where the game ends in 2 seconds because you just falling starred someone.
Oh, he did rebuke
He
it.
did rebuke. Christian is a man on a mission. He
I
knows.
think it's an okay play, but it is a weird. It's a weird play.
All right, it's going to be a fight or flight on this Rasa. Christian is slowly whittling it down. But to be fair, Christian has game point. If he can score 2 points right now, it is going to be go
I
ahead
think
and
he has
be
fight
game.
or flight. Flight or flight, hard bargain is his hand right now. I mean, ride the wind, hard bargain. Oh, I think he miscounted his runes. I think he wanted to have enough for fight or flight, or ride the wind and spinning axe and hard bargain, but he does not.
And a spinning axe on the Draven to make sure it lives this fight. Draven's going to go up to 9.
Yeah, he has it. It's like he hasn't used it yet.
Now, Christian has the hard bargain. This is going to be a death sentence for Christian.
He does have to hard bargain as 1 mana. If he had 1 more mana, he'd be able to use ride the wind.
And no hard bargain here. And Steven is able to hold the battlefield. This bullet time perfectly crafted
No
to
hard
just wipe
bargain.
the board.
I think that's such a hard play to make. You need the hard bargain to go in there. That is the bullet
The thing about it is,
in
honestly,
the time.
Christian didn't need to make this foolhardy move here. He's up 6-3. He could definitely just wait it out just a little longer, maybe. But it does get worse every turn because Steven has 2 Pack of Wonders.
I think you want to be fast because temptation bullet time, but you had the Forerunner, so you still have the 2 little guys in the back. But I think you do have to wait for the hard bargain before you make that play.
And using the ganking ability of Misfortune to quickly catch up in points.
Oh, no, that one was just from the back. It got fight or flighted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it could have been the same thing. Didn't matter.
Man, Pack of Wonders being free is actually just nuts.
Yeah.
It's so good. There's a lot of skill expression in this deck.
He has 2 packs. He can literally use any card like 3 times in a turn. He can
Yeah.
fizz. He can fizz.
He can fizz, yeah.
He can use fizz and get fight or flight 3 times.
Man, Steven, really be loving this treasure trove.
One mana up yet again. He's like, you didn't have hard bargain last time,
Oh,
buddy.
and I'm down to play. This is sick.
Oh, he picked it up,
He picked it
down.
up, put it back
Ah.
down.
It's basically ganking.
It's, yeah.
It's ready to end ganking.
The one thing that I don't feel 100% on is Steven literally just keeps leaving only 1 up. As much as I love that bullet time is in effect here, not playing around something like a hard bargain is real spooky. But honestly, Steven,
His board's not that threatening, though. He has 10 might.
10 might, yeah.
We have a lot, plus we have the bounce.
and here we go. This is my favorite part of the game. The opponent gets the 7, and now let's see if they can get that hold down or not.
Yeah, he said, you did not have hard bargain last time. You do not have it now.
The one thing is, Misfortune only gives ganking to 1 unit, so not all these Rosses can come and slam on in.
The thing is, it's so crazy because you need to hold for the 7th point. But you can't put them all in there because bullet time. But if you put 1 person in, Rasta gank over, pick him back up, slap him back down.
Yeah, no, it's honestly a really cool strategy.
I thought that Christian might have had this game, but I think Steven just got to the point where now he's in full control.
Yeah.
Temptation, bullet time, bounce to fizz. Man, he's throwing a Temptation Bullet Time Bounce Fizz. Oh, my gosh.
Pack of Wonders, bounce back the Fizz, play the Fizz, bullet time them all
Bro,
away.
this is the best deck I've ever seen in my
yeah,
whole
no,
life,
Steven's
though.
deck is so sick nasty. I love it.
Bro, Christian's losing his mind, actually.
Yeah. Who needs a bellows breath when you got a bullet time?
Man, this is crazy. So glad that we actually got to watch this game in the finals today. Now with the double bags, that means he has Temptation Bullet Time every turn.
Yeah.
No matter what you play, it's dead.
Well, no, Fizz has to shuffle it back. So.
Oh, true,
yeah,
true,
yeah,
true.
Yeah. But being able, I'm not gonna lie, being able to use Fizz multiple times in one turn is absolutely absurd. Has Steven shared his only to people he's seen at local? Steven's actually just been working on this deck silently. Like, he's one of Misfortune's strongest soldiers. He's been practicing this deck since set 1, honestly.
Yeah, he was playing like the same like Pack of Wonders thing he was saying, but like of course Fizz just makes this so crazy.
This is the Steven Sugget special, the Triple S Misfortune, Mono Purple Miracle. It's actually just one of the coolest decks. Fun fact for anyone watching, Steven was actually one game away from making day 2. He could have been one of the 3 Misfortunes to make it in. Sadly, only 2 Misfortunes made it in. But he was one game away. He was one missed trigger from Last Rites from making it to day 2. But honestly, this deck is really sick. If you guys don't know what it does, it has the combo of Temptation, putting all the cards in one battlefield, and activating Bullet Time to basically blow everything up. And this is the classic Steven move, letting his opponent just score the point. It doesn't matter because he gets to have this stronghold.
Oh, he has 7 points. He's just going to hold next turn.
Yeah, the issue is that Steven has the Pack of Wonders. It is able to bounce back the Fizz, and Fizz will be able to recast any spell from his graveyard, basically. Whether it be a Fight or Flight, a Rebuke, and it's going to be another copy of Bullet Time, and it is another copy of Bullet Time. You could say I'm an overzealous fan of Steven Sugget. And here we go. It doesn't matter because the thing with Bullet Time, it happens on resolution, so Steven can just plan accordingly and shuffle back 8 this time. If you guys want to see a profile of it, let us know. We'll do a deck profile with him and put it on our YouTube channel on Conquer and Hold. If you love it, we're going to try to feature Steven more. We love watching him play. And that is it. Christian cannot handle the onslaught that is Pack of Wonders, and that is Steven taking it down.
What a game.
What a game.
Deck.
Yeah,
Instead of Miracle Misfortune, it's Wonder Misfortune.
It's Wonder Misfortune or Wonderful Misfortune. Can't wait to come up with a cool name with that. Steven really is an innovator. He's been playing this deck at locals most of the time. Yeah, we are going to show the deck list. We're going to try to get a deck profile with him as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll ask
Upload
him.
it on
We'll
our
have him
YouTube
name
profile.
it.
We'll have him name it. But I do love, honestly, Misfortune Pack is cool. Wonderful Misfortune. It's a really bunch of cool stuff. But honestly, I'm enamored with Steven's deck. It's such a cool, awesome combo.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is all we got for you today. This is Conquer and Hold. We stream every Monday at 6:30 at the People's Card Shop in Las Vegas. So if you're here, come say hi. But also sub to our channel. I'll leave the link in the chat.
Yeah, also remember to raid someone. Don't just end the stream.
We'll be rating someone. Goodbye.
Yeah. But really appreciate you guys. You know, we try to make as much, make good content as always. And, yeah.